Well, hello. Welcome back to Lioden YouTube. I am rolling over my main account for the day. My king's name is Slate Sand, as you can see over to the right hand side. First thing I like to do is check my inbox, see what happened, see if anybody got hurt or killed or left or is gonna leave, like this is telling me. Have to feed everybody, it looks like. A lot of cubs got born, which is awesome. Love to see that. And the next things I like to do are finish up a patrol from the day before and any hunting parties I had out and about. As you can see, my lionesses are fairly good at stuff. Some of them are higher level than others, but they get the job done, which is good. I have more that can hunt, but several of them are preggers, and then some of them are in my side account right now, which I won't be rolling over on this video, but I could another time. The third thing I like to do is check out my beetles and make sure the larvae are fed, because otherwise I will forget and they could just, bite the dust otherwise. They're always up for trade. I'm not particularly interested in beetle stuff. And then in Markarth, are my lionesses and my cubs that are up for trade. Always. That's just my trade den. And that lioness in particular there is just now in heat for this video and has been put up, and so has a Lyra. So if people see this and are interested like a day or two after and nobody snagged them yet, feel free. Although the goddess lioness is, I think, kind of expensive. She was a chaste. I find her very pretty, but maybe somebody else will have better luck with her and her cubs. Honestly, I would probably keep some of these cubs, but I have too many. I like the pretty lions. What can I say? And then Falkreath is just my generic awesome lions that I like. I got Raven and a couple of the other primals from, I can't remember if it was a giveaway or if it was an auction, but it was one of them. Several of my lions have come from auctions and giveaways, or they were listed as fodder, but they were pretty fodder. That last cub was not one of those. She was actually a surprise. She's got a mutation for charred patches, which I think her dad had that as well, but he wasn't my lion. He was somebody else I studied to. This is one of my king's cubs. She got a lot of his markings, which are applicator ones. She doesn't look bad. I forgot to put her at 100% opacity though, which is too bad. That one I didn't even look at. Oops. I'm thinking about kinging Darkstorm, but I'm not sure. As you can see, if the hunger and mood bar is in the yellow-orange color, I just kind of leave it for the most part, unless it's really low. really close to halfway to conserve food and entertainment stuff. Because then I get the most uses out of the uses that I have, especially for food, because I sell food in my branch, and then sometimes to monkey business if it's rotting. That's how I make most of my silver beetles, which I admittedly don't have very much of at the moment, but it's because I converted them all into gold beetles before this video. That is the prettiest cub my king has thrown, but that's because the mother is very pretty. Skyrim, best chased. Well, either Skyrim or Snake, who was in the other den, uh, in Riften Den. Honestly, this whole litter is not bad. The Noctis cheetah goes hard. I have three adolescent lions who are named after Fall Out Boy songs because the king I studied the mom to was named after the lead singer. And I thought that was awesome. And I liked Fall Out Boy. And also, the father's den was just plastered with his face everywhere. It was really funny, in my opinion. Um, but anyway, it sucks because some of the ones that I think are really pretty are considered dirty because the game tracks heritage family trees. And even though there's no in game effect for dirty breeding, so inbreeding, um, from a moralistic standpoint in real life, there's a lot of people who have issues with it, and so they call them dirty lions versus clean lions. And some people won't breed to dirty lions, or vice versa. They won't um, make dirty lions, so to speak, or they won't buy them, or they won't all of that. Which, I mean, kudos to them for not wanting to inbreed because that's gross. But also, pixel lions, pretty pixel lions. And now we move on to Riften, and that snake there as the featured lion. This den is all about breeding for a Styx base, hopefully, and hopefully that Styx based lion looking okay. Um, but all of the lionesses and cubs in this den are Styx factors, so they're all obsidian, jet, noctis, titanium, or onyx based. I forgot to do that on Barbados, but what I like to do is save those little snippets of interaction between my king and the other lions. I think they're interesting because it does show the lion's personality, and from a role play point of gameplay, it's kind of nice. that the game devs added that in. I'm going to find a stud for Ebonyshadow later on in the video, since she is in heat. I got Jeffluff as an adolescent from the tree, I think, and somebody didn't check that she was had an adult mutation present, and I didn't check before she grew up, so that was a surprise. Um, Very pretty surprise, but again, you know, check your lines before you chase them. You never know. I had got a. This one was a chased Linus. Um, I got her and one other that were chased, both of them, and they both had the Haliotis feline, and I think one other Haliotis mark. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Um, so somebody's doing a breeding project, and it's not going well. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Uh, that one's crazy though. That cub has so much interstellar markings. It's like 5. King was a good one, I guess. This Haliotis I got from auction, though. I regret nothing. I don't think I'm gonna keep her cubs, though. Hmm. Snake. She was another chased. Can't remember if I said that earlier or not. Her cub has black and white eyes. Hetero black and white eyes. Urkai. Tell me that doesn't look like an orc. And Vagar. One of my favorites. The end goal for this project is to have a Styx base but an angelic main. So a lot of those Linuses also have the angelic main part, and I'll add that to the under part of their name, the description there, so I can keep track of it when I'm just scrolling through their names. But back to Ebonyshadow. Since she was in heat this rollover, I wanted to find her a stud, a man's, but she has 1%, the lowest fertility a lioness can have and still have cubs. Um, and not all kings will take um, lionesses that low. Most of them actually probably don't. As you can see, she had a cub with the last king, and I never checked to see if that cub had a mutation, which I probably should have. I don't remember if there's another cub in the litter either, which is not good. And as you can see, she does not have a mutation. Disappointment. Oh, well, I would have learned that in like 5 days anyway. Um, she's still pretty. I'll still keep her. But again, 3 days, see if a king will be available that is willing to stud to her. I'm looking for a Noctis King for my ebony based uh, lioness. And there are 3 online, which is pretty cool. I don't always get kings that are online. I skipped Ocean Mare because I used him for another lioness not too long ago, and I don't want to muddy my pride too much, and I don't want to do interbreeding myself if possible. If the lioness is already dirty when she comes to me, it is what it is. Or if the king I stud somebody to is dirty, it is what it is. Um, but I don't want to breed my king to his own children. I don't like that, personally. But some studs have special rules in their studying rules, and they'll include like a keyword that if you don't include them in your message, uh, you will get declined. So always read your studying rules, folks. And then I also pull up Kiana, I think, who is another king I've studied to recently. Ultimately, I decided to go with this king that I pulled up first because he will take 1% fertility lionesses and the others will not. Um, and I forgot until right about now that I had a black stallion that I could use on her. And so I go and dig that up because I buried it as well. Um, so this king doesn't have to use like 100 freaking tries of the stamina bar because he didn't have any rules about that. And I do kind of feel bad about that. If I'm gonna do that, I should do that with my own king, I think. This was also the first time using a black stallion because as a new player, I have found them difficult to get a hold of, as well as most other breeding items. Um, so I was nervous. I was like double checking that that was the right lioness. It was. It worked out, but still made me nervous. And now I'm trying to figure out how to make up the money to hit that 250 silver beetle uh, studying fee. I could just pay the gold beetle, but I kind of like it's hard to get gold beetles unless you're always doing stuff and always hustling, you know? So I'd rather just sell a couple things, do my rollover games, and then come up with the silver beetles that way. For the most part, I get silver beetles through branch sales, and I will sell carcasses there, which not only helps out other players who need carcasses for feeding all their lions and everything, but it also will make me more money than selling to monkey business. The first couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks, almost the entire first month, I exclusively sold carcasses to monkey business. That's not the most beneficial way to do it, I don't think. The hard part about the branch sales is just remembering to re-add carcasses to your branch, because once people buy it out, it won't automatically reload. You have to do that yourself. And if you forget, then crap, you're not making money and people aren't getting food. I could have definitely waited a day as well, or even waited until later today after I'd sold a few things in my branch. Oh well, I was really excited. You don't often see, at least I don't often see, lionesses at 1% fertility naturally, I assume, because I didn't change her to be that. But anyway, after this, I'm just going about my business. Um, I did the games, checking out the gorilla. Not time yet to do another one of those. So I'll do my cub training, which I just spam click. And you can see I already have a message back. And that king was online. But I'll pick up a cub from the tree first. There's an awful lot in there today. I don't find this cub interesting, so I'll probably sell it. This is my main account, so I may end up killing it for the karma. Um, my main account is evil, my side account is good for the different encounters and such. So I'm not always doing the same thing on both of them. But yeah, there you see. That stud already got back to her. Not even a minute later, which is awesome. Oh yeah. I had a gerbil carcass in a small tortoise, but I think I sold those to the monkey. So I'll have to find them again, hopefully before the snake quest loses its patience for me. But yeah, I'll just move that cub to Markarth, which is my Lioden. And then I know later I put Elira up for sale, but we'll take another look at Goddess in case anybody sees this within a day of it going up. This video, anyway. She's very pretty, chaste, who has a lot of hidden markings. I haven't checked them at all. I can't remember what her cub looked like. I see that she has one. But anyway, she's up for sale. She is in heat. So if you find her very, very pretty and she hasn't been taken yet, feel free to grab her. I think there's an either or price there for silver beetles or for gold. So anyway, this is my king. The first video I put up, he was very plain. I have since added a lot of decorations. Well, not a lot of decorations, um, but a lot of markings. He only had 3 before. 2 of them were main ones, I think, and just one of them made him a little browner. So he is very much more interesting now, at least. And then those are his living offspring at the moment. Some people have bought them and kept them. He has 1 AMP right now. And then he had a Senegal base as well, which I believe is a rare one. I don't remember. But I'm also noticing that he passes his eyes all the time. So if you want amber eyeballs, hit him up. Oh yeah, he also had a random briar rosette in his first litter, which was awesome. I still have her. She's on my side account right now. Just kind of hanging out. But yeah, thank you for watching this video on Lioden. This is just what I've been up to recently on my main account. I might do one on my side account later. We'll see. Have a good one.